So tell us your name and your position.
I'm Jon Richardson. I am a priest in a parish in Jersey City, New Jersey, and I'm also Vice President for National Affairs for Integrity USA.
Jon, one of the things that we've got here is about 15 Episcopalians, and then everyone else here is African. And we've heard at least a couple of people say that they've never actually met Americans before in person. So I'm wondering, just as an American, what your interactions have been like. Are people talking to you about the United States or about the Episcopal Church? What do they make of you as an American?
Our interactions have been very two-sided. They have been interested in learning about the Episcopal Church in the U.S. and interested in telling their stories about the various places they're coming from in African provinces. It's been exciting and wonderful.
Have you heard things that surprised you?
Actually, yeah. The thing that surprised me most yesterday was we were talking about the motivation behind how our various provinces are dealing with issues of human sexuality. And I spoke about the Episcopal Church's focus on the baptismal covenant. And I was surprised how many people had never experienced or encountered the baptismal covenant in the Episcopal Church. We read through it as a group and talked about it and talked about what the 5 questions at the end of the covenant mean for each of us.
What did people make of it? I mean, because, there is an argument that by putting the 5 questions in, we're sort of putting social justice campaigning into the middle of what should just be a personal commitment to Christ or whatever.
Well, that's true, and some people noticed that and commented on that. Other people around the table were excited by it and thought it was wonderful and beautiful and wanted to incorporate it into their own lives. And others saw what they needed to see in it. We also vow to continue in the Apostles' teaching and fellowship and in the breaking of the bread and in the prayers. And so there was something for all of us in it.
What did you make of Grace Queso's presentation, where he talked about particularly how the Episcopal Church is perceived by those who don't agree with what it's done?
It showed for me more explicitly than I'd ever seen before how much the work of relationship building is important. The Anglican Communion is essentially relationships, and it showed me that we have work to be done in understanding each other and working with each other and learning about each other.
A few people have said, not necessarily just kind of in a sad way, like, oh, I thought we've been through this. People who have fought these battles and are weary of fighting them hear how much work there is to do, and it's a little daunting. I mean, does the distance that remains to be traveled, is that daunting for you?
I find it more exciting, actually. I'm a young priest. I'm new at this journey, and I'm so grateful for the generations of people who've gone before me and on whose shoulders I stand. It's exciting for me to be able to be a new generation, to have folks standing on my shoulders someday.
We're about 24 hours from wrapping up and heading back home. Where would you like to see us be as a group at that time?
We're already so much farther than I expected us to be. We, as I said, it's all about relationships, and we've built some really deep and beautiful relationships. It's silly. In the past 12 hours, I've been making Facebook friends and maintaining ways to connect with people even after we've gone home. And Makosi, one of the people in my Bible study group, I haven't mentioned this to her yet, but I'm already dreaming of ways to get her to my parish, to preach to my parish. And I'd like to see the relationships continue to grow, and I'd like to see them continue after 24 hours from now.
Great.